What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis Exile, right back at you with the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we aim to duel 100 different decks over 100 different days. Today, everybody, we'll be taking a look at an Outer Entity Hastor deck titled Entity Thief, where we are stealing our opponent's cards, bringing them into the fold Lovecraftian style, and just completely stealing everything our opponent wants and has, and making it our own. So, we got ourselves our deck here today. We're going to be taking it out into good old Yugioh Pro, showing you some thief skills, and our boy Hastor here. And so, real quick, we're going to go over the list of cards we'll be using today to steal our opponent's belongings, and then going right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we're playing 3 copies of Nibiru, 3 copies of Radian, the multi-dimensional kaiju, 3 Kumungus, the sticky kaiju. We have triple Gradle Alligator, we have triple Lefty Driver, triple Righty Driver, triple Speedroid Malicious Magnet, 2 copies Scapegoat. We have ourselves 3 copies of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, 2 copies of Scapegoat, this is Scapegoat. We got ourselves 3 copies of Gradle Impact, triple Switcheroo, triple Dogmatic Punishment, and triple Crackdown. As to the extra deck, we have Masquerade and Proxy Dragon, along with Access Code Talker. We have Utopia and Utopia the Lightning for when we start stealing stuff. We have Old Entity Tsugu. We have Old Entity Hastor, our boss. We have High Speed War Chanbara. We have Geomath Magma, Draco Berserker of Tenyi, Ravenous Croca Dragon Archithis, as well as Vermilion Dragon Mech. As well for Triple Natis for our Dogmatic Punishment. As for the side deck, you can run like any synchro monster that you could conceivably do because of Speedroid Malicious Magnet. Depending on what your opponent is playing, if you're expecting to go against a bunch of level 4 monsters, you can put some level 5 synchros, a bunch of level 5, 6, 6 to 7, etc., etc. We're mostly playing level 8s because they work well with our kaijus here. And so, like I said, any synchro you can think to conceivably put in here will work in the deck, provided its materials are just a tuner and a non-tuner of generic proportions. As well as this, if you want to take out our access code for a more defensive monster, go Avermax. He's always good for some defense. Creature swap's good for, of course, switching one of your weaker monsters for a stronger monster, but it only really works when your opponent only has one monster, which in today's game does not happen very often, so I'm not playing that. And if you want to forgo, searching out your Gradles, or you can go for Forbidden Droplet. As well, if you want to run more Gradles, go for Eagle. We're mostly playing Gator because he has the most synergy with the Gradle Impact. You can run Eagle instead if you prefer, but this has some nice synergy here. So, with all that being said today, everybody, let's go into Yugioh Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works, and we'll have ourselves a dang old time one last time with the God decks. Alright, yeah, the first opponent. We want to try and go second with this deck. You can go first as well. We do have the option. But going second is usually better in this situation. So we're up against a 60-card deck. 60-card, set-a-card pass. Very, very tricky. Alright, we're pretty set here. Let's go ahead and summon out Righty Driver. Usually you'll see this making Halka-Fibrax, but we're not making Halka-Fibrax. We need this for our level 4 Synchro, so we're going to make Lefty and Righty Driver. Lefty here, when special summoned, can be made level 3. Very important, because we're going to make our boy Hastor. Not the most impressive monster, but if he leaves the board, I can, attach it to an opponent's monster. That monster can't do anything, and if he gets rid of Hastor, I steal that monster. You see, elder entities, old entities, whatever you want to call them, very maligned archetype from the ban list perspective. Norden and Azathoth are both part of this archetype, and those boys are both banned for very different reasons, but it makes playing elder entities very, very tricky. We have to play it's a very themed deck we have today. It's all about stealing stuff from my opponent and basically just give them a hard time. And so, that's what we're doing. Hastor is essentially the boss of this archetype. You could argue that Natis is too, but we can't really summon Natis very well. It's kind of hard to summon Natis hard. So, she's just here for Dogmatic Punishment. I can pop 2 cards. Ooh, the Dark Hole. My hole. This guy violated my hole. I don't like it. That's non-consensual hole violation. But, it is what it is. We're just going to have to keep going through. And this is where Scapegoat comes into play here. I played this for Switcheroo. Very powerful trap Switcheroo. Okay. Unfortunate, but is whatever. Gradle Impact. Okay. Interesting indeed. Alright. Well, luckily, I can do this. Lefty driver. Banish for your righty driver. I can just build it. I don't even have to run 3. I could probably get away for just 2 of each of these. That's how easy it is to do. So, what was I saying? Yeah, very maligned archetype, the outer entities, because they're all from the extra deck cards. You know, they don't have any main deck stuff except for like a spell that's very situational to use it. But we make do. And, you know, we're actually going to summon a guy we don't summon very often in this deck. We're going to summon old entity Cthulhu. Good Cthulhu. That's why we're wearing the octopus hat today, is this guy. He's actually very interesting, because when this guy's synchroed, you can bounce all rank 4s on the board. Very situational effect, but actually legit powerful thing. Oh, and also if he's used as Exceed material, he draws me a card. Super powerful card. Very, very broken old entity Cthulhu. Surprised he's not banned, he's so powerful. Actually, speaking of ban lists, I got something to show you guys real quick. What is this? Sathana? Sathana's dead. I was at a used bookstore today, and I'm probably going to make a video of this later. I found this. It's a 2006 Yu-Gi-Oh! Annual. This book is nutty. This is legit pre-GOAT format book. I highlighted this one page. There was no ban list. This is the ban list in 2005. I don't know if y'all can see it very well. No, you can't see it too well. It says there's no banned cards. There's no banned cards in 2005 or 6, whatever this is. It's pretty nutty. This is like made right before GOAT format came into effect. It's a pretty nutty card, or a book. You know, it's nutty. This does mention the original ban list, like Yatagarasu and everything. Like, yeah, Yatagarasu and Pot of Greed and all sorts of stuff. Although there's a lot of misprinted pictures, but yeah, Heartbeast Feather Duster, Regeki, so many things that got banned like after this was printed. It's pretty nutty. I gotta make a video about this after I read the whole thing. There's also some deck lists, which I might try to do GOAT format dueling with. I have done some GOAT format duels in the past, and if I can get tomato control to be a thing, I will do tomato control. That sounds pretty cool too. You know, sometimes you can't always play the meta deck. Sometimes you just gotta play decks that are enjoyable to play. And let me tell you, like with tomato control, lava light, a monarch soul control, that sounds pretty fancy. What is this? Draw a fate. Life points lower than your opponent. Your opponent controls monsters with highest attack. 3 cards, different names. Place them on top of the deck in random order. Draw 1 card. Rest of the turn. Can't set spell traps. You can only activate 1 more card or effect. Okay. That sounds cool. That sounds actually pretty neat. Just put any 3 cards on top of the deck. They had to have different names, right? Yeah. They had to have different names. I suppose depending on what you were putting on top of your deck. Like if you put, I don't know, if you put card destruction, and he drew into that, he could literally just draw into the other 2 cards. So that's it's a pretty neat effect there. We'll see what this guy goes for. I mean, I'm pretty set up here. Okay. We'll see what he draws into. He gets the one thing. Did he draw the card he wanted? He got the Day of Peace. Okay. He'll get a Day of Peace. He'll get a day where nothing bad happens to him, but that's okay. It's fine. So let's go for Scapegoat like we were trying to do before. So this guy, still don't know what, I mean, this is like a 60-card control deck of some form. This is like something out of GOAT format. He's just trying to stall for time. Me, I'm going to be stalling for making myself an Axis Code Talker. Because I have that power, and I might as well abuse it. Depending, of course, on what my opponents can do. But yeah, there's some really interesting, I haven't read all the deck lists. Like, they're very archaic, these decks. I mean, Camel Control? Look at that Des Lakota picture. Look at that guy. Look at him. He looks ridiculous. Although, I do remember somebody asked, yeah, it was Loki, I believe. Mr. Loki asked to look at, what was it called? Pac-Man? Which I think is what this is. Camel Control Pac-Man. So I guess I might have to try that. Yeah. No, it was Solemn Johnson this whole time. Probably should have expected that, but I did not. Alright, well, no Access Code Talker, but that's fine. I don't need Access Code Talker. I got plenty of other things. You know, I've got Double Crackdown. I've got Righty Driver. I can just... Let's go ahead and just deck thin a little bit here. You know, my opponent not giving us a lot of back and forth. At least we're showing off what we're trying to do. Like, thing is, my deck, we like to have a bit of setup. And we are getting all the setup in the world. I've got Punishment, Crackdown, the works. Oh, wow, I can actually make a level... I can make a big old synchro right now if I wanted to. Do I want to? I guess, Nah, I don't need to. I could, but I feel like that might be a problem, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep setting ourselves up. You know, we can't do battle damage this turn. Gotta wait for the day of peace to be over. Alright, no more peace between you and I. Speaking of peace, I could make a pass at Ukraine, but I'm not going to do that. I do want some peace over for them boys. Them Ukrainian boys, they fight hard. They fight real damn hard. Godspeed to them. Godspeed to them Ukrainian boys and girls. I know that there's at least a couple... I remember hearing a story about a little old lady who was volunteering to fight too, so... I'm also going to be a shout out to the Ukrainian ladies that are staying behind. Not a lot of the Ukrainian ladies staying behind, but some of them are, I'm sure. Alright, so the Witch of the Black Fort. We're finally going to get to find out what this guy is trying to do. Battle Fader. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Secure Gardener? No. Silent Magician. 500 attack for each card in your hand. During the player's turn, spell is activated. Okay. I'm waiting for battle phase before I do anything. Alright, so Silent Magician. That is... Well, actually, now my lefty's no longer the right level, but I'm fine with this. I'm just going to steal his Silent Magician. That way I can use that for synchros. And hey, it's even bigger on my side, because I got more cards in my hand. Alrighty. So now that we know he has Battle Fader, we know what we need to do. So we need a level 3 on the board. We're going to go for Gradle Gator. And see, this is why I run the Draco Berserker. I could run Archithus too, but I think this is more important right now. You know, we run a toolbox of synchros for a couple reasons. One, for Kamungus with the magnet. Also, just because we're stealing stuff. It's a really good thing to just have lots of different techs. So we're going to make Draco Berserker. If he activates a monster effect, I can banish that monster. And I'll go ahead and set another Crackdown. And this ought to be game here, unless he's got, like, Swift Scarecrow as well. Because what I can do is just be like, no, I banish your Battle Fader. He doesn't get to be summoned, therefore his effect doesn't go off. And so that'll be a win right there. My opponent tried to stall me, but the power of Cthulhu is on my side. Therefore, he wasn't able to stop me whatsoever. So, brave attempt on my opponent's part, but wasn't quite enough. Our deck, we do alright against stall decks. We do a lot of setup ourselves, and we were able to set up a lot faster than this guy was. Probably because he has a 60-card stall deck. Regardless, let's go ahead for duel number 2. Try to show off a little bit more what you can do. I'd really like to show off the wrong magnet combo. That would be the pièce de résistance here. So let's go for duel 2 and see what we can come up with. Hey everybody on YouTube, a quick update to the deck list real quick. I don't usually do this, but before doing this, I realized last second that Magnet Dude only makes wind synchros when he uses his effect. So I had to make a slight change to the deck here to make it work proper. And so we are instead playing a couple of Kite Drakes instead of the Math Mech and the Crocosaurus, because we really don't need those two. These guys are more important. Kite Drake, Nuke Board, Level 8 Wind Synchro Monster, better than Stardust, and we can't really abuse Crystal Wing as much with this, but we're doing this. We're doing a couple Kite Drakes instead. I just want to let you guys know real quick for the future duels here. But we made a quick changing. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. But this time with the extra deck as it should be. Let's see here. Interesting hand. We're up against Blue Eyes, so the Nibiru is definitely good here. I've got Switcheroo as well. So if he makes something absolutely massive, and I Nibiru him and get that token, I could steal the token. The token would be bigger than Nibiru if he's playing the Blue Peeps Whitey Dragons. We'll see. We will see indeed. So, Sage with the Eyes of Blue. Light Tuner, blah, blah, blah. Discard this card. Okay. Alright, so far, pretty easy going Blue Eyesy combo here. The Dictator of D. He is the Dictator of the Dick. It's a pretty bad joke, but you know, it's been made a million times. Come on. Dictator of, what does the D stand for? The D stands for D. D-E-E. Okay? That's what it stands for. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. He's already made 4 monsters. Pretty good. That's 6,200 points of a beat stick on the board. But we never just play Nibiru. We wait until the end of the main phase before we hit him with Nibiru. Unless he's about to go into something that we know he has, like monster effect negation. In which case, we Nibiru beforehand. But Blue Eyes don't really do that. Okay. Drag Blue Beyond, first turn. Into whom exactly? Okay. It's literally about the same thing. You could have just overlaid into Titanic Galaxy. Vision with the enemy, reveal of Blue Eyes. Summon a monster from the hand once per turn. Okay. Target a face-up monster you control, return it to the hand. Then you can apply the effect based on the name of the monster returned. Summon a Blue Eyes from the hand, or summon a monster from the... Okay. So this just lets him get out more Blue Eyes. Okay, that's fine with me. More monsters with beat stick power on his board, the better for my token jammer. Good old Nibiru. Okay, so he's going to bounce the Sage. And then he just gets to bounce the Sage. And then he can use the Sage, get rid of the Dictator, summon out another Blue Eyes if he so wanted. But apparently he's not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and Nibiru him. So I get this. You get this. There you go. It's a rather beefy token. It's a rather beefy boy. And I could steal it if I wanted to. Alrighty, so I also got lefty and righty driver. That's a lot of... It's a lot of good stuff here. Lots of good things. So what we're going to do... This might actually work better. We're going to kaiju the token. And we're going to summon out righty driver. You know, I could just sit on my... I could just sit down and hope that he has only one monster. Or I can summon a second monster. And then hope he makes 2 monsters, which he's clearly able to do. Or, barring that, he could just make 1 monster, beat over Haster here. We're pretty set, is what I'm trying to say. We got ourselves some nice stuff. So let's go ahead and beat over the multi-dimensional boy. You know, there's only room for 1 multi-dimensional man, and that man is Haster here. You know, it's kind of a thing with older entities. Like, much like Volcanics and Venoms and about a dozen other small archetypes, when are these guys going to get support? I'm pretty sure there's more to the Lovecraftian lore than Haster and Cthulhu and Natis and things like that. Like, where's Shoggoth? Why isn't there old entity Shoggoth? I feel like that should have been a thing. Alright, so Blue Peeps, Whitey Dragon. Uh-huh. Where is he? I know he's coming. Don't tell me he's not coming. I know he's gonna show up. And then end phase, he can summon a Blue Eyes, and he's got the Jet Dragon. This is perfect, because this guy's a really nasty dude. What was it? This card battles, target a card your opponent controls, bounce it to the hand. Oh, wait, that could... Oh, wait, no, he's got a Poly. Never mind. I was about to say. But no, he's going to do exactly what I was hoping. No, never mind. Unaffected by traps or their effects. But this affects players. Yeah, that's not going to be working for you, young man. Okay, so he's got Tyrant Dragon. Unaffected by traps or the effects, can attack all monsters once each. End of the damage step, battles, target a trap in your grave. And then, oh wait, no, we can just bring back the Bring back the jet. Alright, well that's, slight issue. I mean, I can bring back Haster. That's not the problem. The problem is everything else he just did. Please make a rank 8 XC again. I would appreciate it. I don't care what it is, just so I can switcheroo you. I don't think he's going to do that, but you never know. Alright, so this is a trick. I mean, if I can top deck into Kaiju Slumber, then that still works. Or my wrong magnet. Or make Verte Anaconda into Ulti Fusion. Okay, that's fine by me. I thought he had a pretty set board there, but apparently he thinks otherwise. He's gonna pop my nothing. He's gonna pop nothing. Okay, that's fine by me. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here, because he literally destroyed everything he had. To the hand. Okay. So, boom. Here's a Kaiju. Yeah, I've got a Kaiju, my friend. I don't know if you thought this one too well. And actually, what I could do even better here, I could hit him with Switcheroo right now. That's probably even better, isn't it? Or is it? I kind of want to keep Switcheroo, though. Ugh, this is a tricky one, because what if he top decks into another one of them fusion spells? I think we're still okay doing this. You know what? We'll get our boy Haster out here. It's all about him today. This is his deck. He's our unofficial boss monster. I'm just going to go for Haster. Beat over Verte. Be like, there you go. And he can't even use visions, because then he'll just give me back my Kaiju. So, we'll see what our opponent can do from here. Granted, he's got little bits of things. Gold Radiant is still there, but I can just do things and stuff there. Alrighty. Get a Blue Eyes back to the hand. Get back to the Jet Dragon. Okay. So you're gonna bounce the Kaiju? I would appreciate it if you did. No, he's just gonna battle into me. Okay. Do I want to switcheroo now? No. Not gonna do that yet. We're still fine. So, Haster's just gonna equip onto the Kaiju. Maybe this will bait him out into using visions. We'll find out. Maybe. Doubtful, but maybe. No, he did not. Okay. That's fine. Okay, another switcheroo. See, now I can just do it twice, but then again, Haster is now equipped, so that doesn't work. Alright, we're just gonna end our turn. We'll end our turn for now. We got most of our life points. He has very few life points. And he can't do anything with the Kaiju. I'm just really hoping at one point he just bounces the Kaiju back to my hand. Or, even better, if he tries to get rid of Haster, because if he does, I get the Kaiju. That's ultimately the plan on Haster's part. It's not a great plan, obviously, because links are a thing. And also, just tributing this will stop Haster. Haster is very, very delicate boy. His initial effect, good. His secondary effect doesn't work unless your opponent just does not know what you're trying to do. We'll find out. He's doing some deep... Oh, he did it! He did it, boys! He really wanted that Blue Eyes. Alrighty. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted our opponent to do. So he'll go for the Jet Dragon. I'll take damage. Oh, that's fine. Unless one of these is like the trap that makes him immune to things. Or even better. Oh. I can do the combo or I could do the other combo. Do I still run Vermilion Dragon Mech? I do. Banish a tuner. Oh, lordy, there's so much stuff we can do here. Okay. Malicious Magnet. That's right. I'm gonna synchro summon with... Why can I not synchro with you? Oh wait, it's not a wind. See, sometimes I make mistakes, but this is fine. I got my malicious magnet. Why am I not allowed to... Oh, Magnet Ring, you were just going to be a problem for me. You know what? You're going away now. Malicious Magnet, you're just going to have to go away now. I'm gonna steal the kaiju the old-fashioned way. See... Set a spell... Okay, just setting another spell trap. That's fine. That's fine. See, I was trying to do something fancy. Unfortunately, Magnet don't want to work right now. Even though I should be able to do it. It's a if effect. That's right. Not a, well, it's an if. I should be able to sync, but not allowed. But it's fine. This has 0 attack. Magnet leads to our victory regardless. So, that'll be a winning against Blue Eyes. Hearty GG to you as well, sir. And so, we got time for one more duel today. We'll try to make it a quicker duel. These are going a little longer than I'd like. But, let's go for one more duel. Show off, well, really we've done everything, but we're going to show off one more and see if we can do it all over again. Alrighty, third and final opponent of the day. We've shown off literally like everything we could do with this deck, more or less. So, not much new going to be happening, but we'll see how it goes. I would like to summon the Kite Drake, though, because I didn't actually get to do a malicious magnet as I'd like. See, I was trying to do one thing, but, you know, I made a mistake. I made a genuine mistake. That's my own fault, and I live with it. Alright, so he's just playing Zombos. Probably Eldritch Zombos. Gozuki needs another zombie in the grave to work, my friend. I don't think you understand how Gozuki works. See, Gozuki's pretty good, but you have to have another zombie for Gozuki to do anything. Or, perhaps, he does know what he's doing. And he's just doing extra steps. Destrudo. I see. Alright, Halcofibrax, perhaps? Gozukai? Zombo power? Certainly going for some good old-fashioned Zombo power, so now he's gonna send Banshee, presumably, or something else? Another Mizuki, possibly? A lot of things. Zombies are pretty powerful, and they got a lot of different things they can do to just turbo out thing. What is this? Oh, the other thing that just sends zombies to the grave. Okay. Okay, so now he can do Gozuki. Okay, so... yeah. He's pretty much just gonna go off from there, banishing the Changshi that he just got for Glow-Up Bloom. And a Clown. Oh yeah, this is gonna bring itself back, I believe. Or something. I don't actually remember what this card does. I think it just summons himself. Yeah. And then he can send another Zombo. Probably Banshee. No, there's no point in doing it now. No, not much point in doing it now. Not much. So, my opponent just setting himself a nice little board. I don't yet know what he is trying to make. Other than it's got Hulk and a bunch of Zombos. He's probably going to link off a few. He might make, I don't know, Saryuja. He could make Appaloosa. Appaloosa would be a big issue. But it would be a thing. It's something. I mean, he's got that Bloom. We're just going to have to wait and see. Wait and see. I mean, I got all these Kaijus waiting in the wing. The only problem is, my deck doesn't do spell trap removal. So one key weakness that you'd think I would have put something in here for that, but no, I didn't. Other than the Gradle Gator, we don't have any spell trap removal. Corpse, Dragon Lord, Felgrand. Special summon, target a monster your opponent controls or is in their grave. Monster, special summon from the grave of this card's face up on the field. Target a face up. Okay, so this doesn't do much of anything. Not really. It's just a big old level 8. But then you're going to make that into Baron de Fleur. I underestimated my opponent. I see. Well. He still has Glow-Up Bloom, though. Link Karibo? Link Karibo. And always trust a Link Karibo. Alright. I should probably just... use up the negate. But then he'll just bounce this back anyway. So I'm gonna leave the Baron de Fleur. So he'll get out his whatchamacallit. He'll get out the Ballardrock. Unfortunate indeed. Dang old Ballardrock, and I could Nibiru, but I missed my timing. I underestimated that dragon. I was like, what's this gonna do? And then I'm like, oh, that's what it do. It makes this thing. So he has an Omni Negate with a pop. He has a Negate and a Banish. And stop me from battling. And tag out for a tuner. Pretty nasty board. Pretty nasty board. Yeah, but the thing is, I could have baited out the Negate, but the thing about Baron de Fleur is standby phase. She can just bounce herself back to bring back a monster. What are you doing now? Oh, he's probably gonna link these two off to make, Sucker. Yep. Dang old Vampire Sucker. Alright. Well, this is where things get a little tricky, ladies and gentlemen. I was hoping for Kaiju Slumber, but this will work to a degree. So, standby phase, the Ballardrock returns. Ugh, I think I let my earlier victories get ahead of me. Nibiru, you were supposed to be my saving grace. You wouldn't have stopped Ballardrock, but you would have stopped the Baron de Fleur at the very least. So, what do we do here? Well, immediately we'll get rid of Baron de Fleur, because we don't need that around. That is a definite thing, and I'm really wishing I had... Well, Great Eagle really wouldn't have helped. Not especially. So, my opponent's thinking. He's a little upset about the Kaijuing, I think. And, could just set, but that would be probably too dangerous. I should at least attempt to bait out Hulk and or Link Karibo. That is my feeling anyway. So let's go ahead into the battle phase. We'll see if Hulk goes off, or Link Karibo goes off, or who goes off. We'll find out. Okay, so Hulk is going to go off. Ballardrock going to go off and banish my Kaiju. Sadly, I do not have my magnet. Even if I did, he could just negate the magnet. That's the problem. He could just stop the magnet. Alrighty. And Formula Synchron. Oh, and he can make another Baron if he has another Baron. I don't know if he would, but if he does, this might be game, ladies and gents. Hate to say it, but I think we're done. I mean, it's good that we got to show off everything else today, except for, Malicious Magnet, unfortunately. But, we got everything else going, and what is he going to sync now? Another Baron de Fleur? No, Zombie Dragon Lord. Okay. Alright. Let's find out. Oh, no, we can bring back Baron de Fleur. Okay, I'm definitely dead then. There's no way I can get around this. I do not have a hand or anything in my deck other than Nibiru that could have stopped this. And I mistimed the Nibiru. Or rather, I just didn't use Nibiru in time. And if I did, I would still be alive, but I didn't. So, mea culpa. My fault. My fault. Let's go for the end screen, folks. I'm pretty much dead here. I'm not going to waste any more time here. This isn't going to work. Alrighty, everybody. So, Elder Entity Thief deck went 2 out of 3, which is a little bit better than I was expecting, to be honest. This is a very, very heavily themed deck, which, depending on the opponent, can do rather well. Obviously, we had some favorable opponents, and then we had a bit of a misplay on my own part with the beer, but we got to do most of everything we wanted to do, other than me misplaying Malicious Magnet, which I shouldn't be doing, considering I've played this combo before. But it is what it is. It's a very niche theme deck. It does what it wants to do. And depending on the opponent, you'll have yourself a good old time with it. Stealing your opponent's stuff, turning them into your own synchros and things, and just kind of enjoying yourself. It's not a meta deck. It ain't a rogue deck or anything. It's just a deck for taking it out and enjoying yourself. So I hope everybody at home enjoyed this deck. Make sure, if you did, to hit the like button. Consider subbing to help the channel get bigger. And tomorrow, we're off of the God decks. I believe we're playing Monarchs, so I got to pick which Monarch I want to play. I think I'm going to go for Ryza this time, but I might play Grandmark and or Mobius. there's a lot of Monarchs still to play. You know, we're not going to play like the traditional Monarchs, but we're going to be having a fun time with that too. So until next time, your boy, the Memphis Accelerator, is signing out. I'll see you guys again next time with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you next time.